I have a spinning circle. All right.
We're live.
Are we live?
It looks like it's working.
Okay. As long as it looks like it's working to you guys, it doesn't really matter what I see, I suppose.
I'm watching it on.
Fantabulous.
It says stream starting.
It says, yeah, it's just playing your music right now.
Okay. Wonderful. I think it is working. Hi, guys. Happy Friday. Good to see ya. What up, shroomin' beans? Frightening me. Leyland, good to see you. Christina Love. Hi, Marisol. Sam. Leyland. What up, Stacks? Hey, LT5. Death by Rust, thank you for the can. Much love to you. So glad to see you guys. Tyler Aaron, back again, man. I feel like we're like the dream team, yo. What's going on, guys? Hi.
We are the
What
dream
up?
team. What's up?
What up?
Good to see ya.
Good to be back.
We're
Yeah,
the Toon Squad
of course.
Squad.
from Space Jam,
Of course.
Oh yeah.
and
Yes.
we just drank some of Michael's special sauce.
Right?
I got it right here.
There
Isn't
you
that
go.
what they drink at halftime?
Invisible.
What is it, Mike? Like this Michael's special sauce or something?
Yeah, I
And-
don't know if I trust that,
Yeah.
man.
And it's just
Uh,
water. It's just water, and it's a placebo effect for the whole team.
Placebos are good.
Yep.
You know,
That's-
just power of the mind, man. Whatever you convince yourself will work, will work.
It does.
Exactly. It's
My friend
disclosure.
bought me a virgin pina colada one time, and he was like, "You getting buzzed?" I'm like, "Yeah, I feel great." He's like, he goes, "It's pretty strong." I'm like, "It's not bad, you know." And he's like, "But you're buzzed?" I'm like, "Yeah, why?" He's like, "Because I
Like,
bought you a
I'm
virgin
wasted,
pina colada."
dude.
Because
Right?
there's no alcohol in it.
Yeah, he's like, "There's
Right?
no alcohol in there." I'm like,
You placeboed your buzz.
Right?
in my mind, I really was buzzed. Like I actually thought I was
Yes.
getting a buzz. It's so true, and I had to rethink everything after that, like
Right.
my whole life. I was
Got
like,
to major reevaluations are needed, man.
I'm
right,
gonna make an alcoholic beverage called placebo,
There you go.
yeah,
Right?
and then just tell everyone that there's 8% alcohol in it.
right,
See what happens.
right.
I'm with it. I'm with it. What up, Duppy? What up, Valhal? Good to see ya.
That's
Yuvonda.
amazing. That's a
Guys,
great idea.
Yuvonda is now a moderator on my channel, and because she's so super awesome, she sent me presents, and I want to show them. I want to show them the presents. Look at this awesome Yuvonda that I got, right? Look at that. And she sent me, I know you got, and I got a matching
Oh,
super awesome
pyramid.
pyramid, right? I love it. I love it. Her links are in my description, guys. She makes the most awesome stuff. And yeah, Marisol, no DLive. So I'm not down with the restream anymore. Like they were killing me. So yeah, we are just on Rumble. What up, Rumble fan? The Foxhole, of course, my home away from home, and here on the YouTube. The YouTube. I always say the YouTube. Do you say Walmart or the Walmart? I'm just curious, guys.
Walmart.
Oh no, come on now. It's the Walmart. Who says
mean,
the
I guess-
Walmart? Can I get a
I
show
guess-
of hands?
Who says
I
the
guess
Walmart?
I do.
The further
You said
south,
that?
well, that's a southern thing. The further
Oh, is that a
south you
southern
go-
thing?
Yeah,
It's something,
Oh,
but yeah, it's the
come on,
Walmart.
then.
Like I was thinking about that the other day. Like I hear like my friends in Ohio, they go to Walmart. Like no, I go to the Walmart. Like it's the
no, they go
Walmart.
to, that's a southern thing.
Well,
What up?
there's like where I
Hey,
grew up, there
babe.
was like 5 Walmarts within a
They're
three
all the
mile
Walmart.
radius. So if you
No,
say the Walmart, people would be like, "Wait, which Walmart are you talking?" You know,
right.
The
'cause
Walmart.
I grew up in
The
That's why
suburbs.
it's a backcountry thing.
That makes sense because if you're in like a small town, there's only one Walmart. So you're like, "Oh, I'm
Hey,
going to
Margaret,
one
while
Walmart."
you're at the Walmart, pick up some
Yeah,
barbecue sauce
Yeah.
for
Oh,
me.
see, the Walmart,
exactly.
the Home Depot, exactly.
Right,
The Lowe's,
There's
right?
only one of
The
yeah.
McDonald.
Of
It's the. There's
right.
the in front. Yeah,
Yeah.
gotta use it. What up, Golden
And can
Crisp?
you
Good to see
stop
you.
at the Dollar General on the way home?
Now that's a tricky one because there's a Dollar General every 37 feet, so that
Right,
does get a little
exactly.
tricky, right?
mm,
Right.
yeah,
Um, but yeah,
yeah.
it's
Except for Dollar
definitely
General.
the Walmart, as far as I'm concerned. Sam Walton's concentration camp, Valhalla. Yeah, that too, right? Can you go
Should we
to the
make it a
FEMA camp
multiple
for
choice
me?
question?
Right? It should be. It totally should be. What up, Heidi Pop? Good to see
I
you.
actually I worked at Walmart a long time ago.
You worked
The
at the Walmart?
Walmart?
Not proud of that. Yeah,
The
I worked at the
Walmart?
Walmart.
Oh,
Yes.
see, that's impressive. If it's the Walmart,
We were just
Yeah.
having a discussion about Walmart Survivor earlier, as a matter of fact.
yes.
Yeah, I think I would
Walmart Survivor. So
tell tell the peeps.
this is a game that me and my friends came up with in high school, but we never did it. But we thought it'd be awesome. We put up a certain amount of money, whatever we decide on, and then we all go into Walmart
The
and
Walmart.
see how long we go into the Walmart
Hmm.
and
Mm.
see how long we can survive without getting kicked out. And the person that lasts the longest would win the
The
prize
pot.
money. But
Yeah, that's
would
great.
win the pot. But the hard part would be finding a place to sleep without getting kicked out.
Yeah.
And
They
be-
used to have furniture
Yes.
and tents and shit in the Walmart. You could go, like there'd
yeah,
be places you could set up like camp or whatever. Like I don't know. I haven't seen that in a
I
while though.
hide in the clothing rack, one of the clothing racks,
Yeah, in the
right.
clothing. Like when I was a little kid, I used to hide in the
like when you were
clothing
a
racks.
kid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Best
I,
yeah. I
hiding
think we all
place.
did that as kids,
I
right?
think
Right.
I mean I think the best place to sleep would be like behind the toilet paper on a shelf or something. Like
Oh
because
You know
yeah,
how
so you can
dirty those
stack it
shelves
up.
have to be though? I'd be
Yeah, but
just
if
right.
you're if
ugh.
there's money involved,
But
you
that
could sleep in a
this
little
is true.
shelf.
You do what you got to
This is
do.
true. This is true.
All right.
Do
What
what
up,
you
Keep
got to do.
True? Good to see you.
Walmart Survivor.
Walmart.
Walmart
So I'm
Survivor.
down. I'm down.
That should be a TV show. That should be
Right.
the next big reality TV show.
Right? That would be great.
And
Oh, Wondermod.
and
Walmart
Hi.
Survivor. Survivor Walmart edition.
right.
Walmart edition.
Right.
Right?
Everyone just has
Tonight
to survive.
at the Walmart.
At the Walmart.
I
Right?
always
The
wanted to
Walmart.
I always wanted to make a Black Friday video game also.
Man, right?
Where you go in, you have your list of things
Just
to
fight
get
people.
and fight people like in the store. And you're just like it's a martial arts game and then you got to get your items and then you can choose if you want to steal them and run from the cops
See,
or pay.
this is
You
the
can
choice,
pay.
right?
Yeah. I don't know. I had
Yeah.
this whole game
Dude,
made up in my
that'd be a
head.
great game.
Dennis
Make
Lindsay
that.
says in California you get $9.95 for free to start, right? Right? No.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good to see you guys. I'm so excited to be here. Yeah, I know this is like a once in a while thing at the moment. It's just because I work a million hours, but it's getting better. Hopefully, I'll be back with some regularity at some point soon. What up, Morning Flower? Yeah, so I'm super excited to start the trivia, right? But I think today, Aaron, I think as our honored guest, you should start us off.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, the
I'm
honor falls
honored.
to you, sir.
I am honored to do that. Thank you.
Let's see how well the peeps do with these questions. I got some good ones.
Yeah, Tiffany, Grand Theft Auto style, Black Friday edition, Kung Fu Shopper, whatever. Like,
Kung Fu
it can
Shopper,
be,
right?
Kung Fu Shopper.
yeah.
Yes. Please let that be the name.
That's
Kung Fu-
great.
Oh, why that's so funny.
That would be
Uh,
great.
I mean, come on now. It would be fun.
That would be.
And then
Make it like it's like Grand Theft Auto, but like
Right.
shopping.
yeah. And you
Shop
gotta
Theft
go
Auto.
and you gotta
Wait,
like and then you
Grand
go
Theft shopping.
home. Like you go home and you have your own apartment and you check the mail and you got like a Christmas list from your family. You gotta go get the stuff in Black Friday. You gotta go I don't know, whatever.
Yes.
All right, ask the question.
Golden Crisp
Needs to
says,
be
"Are there
big.
extra points to stand in line right after Thanksgiving dinner?" You could get
Right,
extra
yeah.
points for that.
Yes.
See?
Yes, there
See?
are.
Good ideas, guys.
Absolutely.
Good ideas. Thank you, Happy Days, for the cookie. Much love.
Yeah. stand in line. Yeah, overnight. You get bonus points for
Right?
camping.
Camp
Yeah,
out, right? Oh, that could be
right.
a whole thing.
Yeah.
Right. And then you get extra, like a side quest would be like to go to the first
Uh,
person in line and give them extra cash to get you something so you didn't have to
right?
wait in
You
line.
know how I feel
And
about
Yeah.
side quests.
right. But then the gamble
Yes.
is that person could just take your
They
money and
could.
run,
They
and
could.
then you have to fight them.
Right.
Point of
Okay,
the
we
game.
need
All right. All right. All
we
right.
need
That-
Uh, what up,
uh,
UFO
this
Mark?
is
All
gonna be the
right.
whole episode. This is gonna be the
all
whole
right.
lie, by the
We're
way.
just
Right.
gonna think
Just
tank
Actually,
we're
this whole
right.
game.
We're gaming
yeah,
it out here, man. Gaming it out,
yeah.
guys. Throw your ideas in the chat.
All right. I guess I'll.
Yes,
Yeah, go
by all
for it.
I
means.
guess I'll start.
Proceed, sir.
Proceed.
Proceed.
So I have three questions, and I think it kind of starts off easy and then gets harder. Each one gets a little bit harder.
Oh, we're going with the progressive method here.
At least that's we'll see what you guys think. But and Tyler, I know you for a fact you know the answer to two of
All right.
these at least. So
Oh, I'm
Well,
out to stump all of y'all today.
do
Let me
not.
tell
bring it
you.
on. Bring it on.
All right, here we go. First question: what rock and roll legend is said by some to have died in 1966 and replaced by a different person? Is it A, Jim Morrison, B, Paul McCartney, C, Elvis Presley, or D, Mick Jagger?
I have no idea when Elvis died, but I'm going to go with Elvis for this one. I feel like we've had too many actual Elvis sightings, but it gets really confusing with all the Elvis impersonators out there. What up, Joan of Sark?
Well,
Video Demon Slayer, good to see you.
that's a different. There's also there's different conspiracies about rock stars. I'll just say that
So many. So
because a
many.
lot of them supposedly died, but then it's like, well, did they actually die?
I think it's B.
Um,
Is that Paul McCartney?
Oh, maybe.
that's what B is. I'm not saying if that's the
Yeah,
answer.
that's my guess.
Everybody's going with B. Yeah, I
So
must
you're
be
going with
way off.
Elvis?
I don't know. Now I feel like I'm wrong. Now I feel like I'm wrong. But I'm just gonna
All right,
double
let's see what we
down
got.
and be wrong. It's all right.
We got B, 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 D, B. So most people think it's B.
Right?
And yes, it is B.
Of course it is.
It is Paul McCartney. And let me read a little thing here. Hold on a second. So there's a conspiracy that Paul McCartney actually died in 1966, supposedly following an argument while working on the album Sgt. Pepper's. He supposedly stormed off and crashed his Aston Martin. And supposedly there's many clues in Beatles lyrics and pictures that are cited as proof of this, even though Paul McCartney strenuously denies that he is dead.
I
No.
am not.
But what if that's not Paul McCartney? Of course
Right?
Right.
he's been playing Paul McCartney since 19. Of course he's not going to say, oh yeah, I'm not actually Paul
Or
McCartney.
if it's a clone, they wouldn't know.
Or if he's a clone, he actually thinks he is, right? It could be a
You,
clone.
you've seen the movie, is it Replicas, the one with Keanu Reeves?
Yes. That's
Yeah,
a
where
good
Yeah.
movie.
So they give the person, like, you can give somebody all the same memories that they used to have, and they wouldn't even
Right.
know that they were the clone.
Well, yeah,
But
a lot
they,
of clones supposedly, what
yeah,
we've heard is that they don't even know they're a clone because they
right.
have all their memories. They just think they're the actual person.
So how do
But
we
what they,
tell?
well, according to our clone webinar and Johann Fritz, there's
Yeah.
if
Plug.
you had a high powered microscope,
Hmm.
you check your thumbprint, and there's like a serial number
Oh, of
like
course. Of
embedded
course.
deep in your thumbprint, and if it
Mhm.
shows up on the
But
microscope, then they're
it's
clone.
got to be a high powered microscope. He's like, you can't just go to Walmart and buy a microscope.
The Walmart.
The
The
Walmart.
Walmart.
You can't go to the Walmart and buy a microscope
But in the
and put it
movie,
up to your finger. He's like, it'd have to be like,
Like a scanning electron microscope. Like you gotta have
I don't
the
know about
official
that.
shit.
Maybe not that high powered, but like one they would use in like a
who
lab or
knows?
something. Like who
Who
knows? I don't know.
knows?
Maybe it is that high powered, but
Um,
very, very, probably 100x at least or more. I
in
would
the
assume.
movie, the replicas, they also depict, they show how they accomplished being able to remove only certain parts of the memory. So they didn't want the person to remember that they had children or a kid, and they were able to block that memory out of that child. So, I mean, it's sophisticated tech what they can do. Um,
Yep.
the
We
code will be inside your lower eyelid. I've heard that too. That I've seen that one in a movie though. I think the sixth day. In the sixth day, yeah, if you fold your lower eyelid down, you'll have that serial number there. But
Mm.
I've heard it's also in the thumbprint. Who knows?
keep true. We do always bet on lizards. Like that is always the answer. Whether we say it's the answer or not, the answer is always the lizards for sure. Just
It's
All right.
just
All
to
right.
be
All
yeah.
clear. All
right.
right,
I'm gonna go next.
go ahead, Tyler. Bring it on.
This one's very timely. FEMA and the FCC are planning a nationwide emergency alert for October 4th, 2023. At which underground facility is the FEMA National Radio System located? And you can't answer this, Aaron. A. Cheyenne Mountain Complex. B. Camp David. C. Mount Weather. D. Raven Rock Mountain Complex.
Oh man.
So I'll say it again, if just for people who couldn't hear or weren't paying attention. FEMA and the FCC are planning a nationwide emergency alert for October 4th, 2023, at which underground facility is the FEMA National Radio System located? A. Cheyenne Mountain Complex. B. Camp David. C. Mount Weather. D. Raven Rock Mountain Complex.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Of course, I want to say Cheyenne Mountain because, Stargate. I feel like all cool underground things must be at Cheyenne Mountain, but I'm going to go with Mount Weather.
We have a C. We have Frightening Me says C or D. He's eliminated. Go ahead and delete him from the chat.
Frightening Me usually has the
Picking
answers,
two.
by the way. Like,
You lose.
I like your strategy, frightening me.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, he's eliminated.
if I pick two, then
right?
yeah.
I don't know. What were they again? What was ABCD? Tell me again.
Cheyenne Mountain, Camp David, Mount Weather, or Raven Rock.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Mount Weather on this.
And we got all over the place. We got B, C, D, B, C, D. No one thinks it's A, but we got B,
The
C.
answer is drumroll C, Mount Weather,
Woohoo!
Oh,
which is in Bluemont, Virginia. The Mount Weather Emergency Operations Center is a government command facility in the U.S. Commonwealth of Virginia, used as the center of operations for the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, otherwise known as the High Point Special Facility. It's preferred, that's irrelevant. The facility is a major relocation site for the highest level of civilian and military officials in case of national disaster, playing a major role in the continuity of government per the
Continuity.
U.S. Continuity. That's what I was trying to say. Continuity
And
of
fastest
government. Per the U.S. continuity of operation plans, Mount Weather is the location of a control station for the FEMA National Radio System, or FNARS, a high frequency radio system connecting most federal public safety agencies and the U.S. military with most of the states. FNARS allows the president to access the emergency alert system. So if we get a broadcast, it's coming from Mount Weather.
Uh, so there are a lot of people that I have seen kind of tripping about this October 4th thing.
Let them trip,
Probably
because
don't
there's
do
not.
that, guys. Just
They're gonna end up tripping over nothing.
right, just FYI. Did you guys ever watch what was that TV show on the CW? They had to get to Mount Weather. They came down from the 100, right? Is that it? Have you
Don't
ever
know.
watched
I
that?
Never
have
seen it.
not. I have not watched that yet.
It actually was pretty good, right?
I've
I don't
heard it's
know.
good.
Yeah, it
I've
actually
heard
was
it's
pretty
good.
good, but they had to get into Mount Weather at one point. It was a whole thing. That was actually a really good show for
So that's probably disclosure then.
being on the CW. Yeah, they
And of
they like
course,
lived in
everything.
space. There was some apocalyptic nuclear disaster. There were some humans that survived, but they don't find them until later. But they come down from like they're in orbital stations, and they finally come down. They send 100
Well,
people down to see if they'll survive. They're these kids. They send these kids down, and you know.
and Mount Weather is not even one of those. That's a Google Wikipedia base you can research, and they even show like a floor plan of 9 levels underground. Like some of these military bases, these dumbs aren't theories. Like they tell you everything you want
Right.
to know about them. Well, not everything, but they at least like say, hey, this is 9 levels below ground in the Mount Weather in the Blue Ridge Mountains, which is also a paranormal hotspot, by the way.
Right. This is true. This is true. Did they have kids in cages on that show? Not the kids in
Right.
cages. Oh God. Right. Yeah. No, they did actually have them. They sent them down from like prison. Like these were kids that were going to be spaced. I think. I think I remember. I haven't seen that in forever. Um, all right, all right. I got somewhat of a timely question now. What metal was primarily used in the chest plates that were embedded into the alien bodies presented to the Mexican Congress? Okay, what metal was primarily used in the chest plates that were embedded into the alien bodies presented to the Mexican Congress? Was it A, osmium, B, titanium, C, barium, or D, beryllium?
I know the answer to this, so
I
I'm going to
hope
answer.
you know the answer, seeing as that we did a show on it.
Right.
I hope you know the
No,
answer.
Tom and I cannot answer because we know.
Right? And also, apparently, the Siberian alien. I don't think we even touched on that when we talked about it on your channel. The Siberian alien that had, you could actually see, like, they had found a half frozen corpse, right? That looked exactly like the alien bodies they drug in front of the Mexican Congress. Whether I'm not saying they're real, I'm not saying they're not, I'm just saying. Right, but they had found this frozen alien corpse that looked just like the thing. You could see the metal plate underneath its skin with the Siberian alien as well. I think that thing was like missing half a leg.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know a whole lot about that one.
Yeah, and this was, I think they found that thing in like 2013 maybe.
I do know there's a History Unreal. Do you know that channel, that Instagram account?
No, huh? I
Anyway,
don't mess with Instagram too much. I have an Instagram, I
so
just don't.
they've been sharing like all kinds of all of a sudden UFO footage, like and
Hmm.
flying, like being escorted by black helicopters, whatever jets, um, like super crystal clear images, like of what looks like it's like somebody just gave the tapes to somebody and said release them, and they're putting them out. I don't know if they're real or not, but it's like, man, like there's so many videos hitting the internet right now.
So many.
It's really interesting. And if some of these are real, like it's pretty wild to see this stuff for the first time.
What up, Joan of Sark? Oh, Joan of Sark wants the answers again. A, osmium, B, titanium, C, barium, or D, beryllium.
We got a lot of A's.
Yeah, I see some A's, B's, see some
One
D's.
B, A or D.
And
We
the
got
answer is
two answer person.
right, of course.
Yuvonda.
That's all right. It's all right. Hedge your bets, man. The answer is osmium, A. Right?
Hey, oh, I
Yes.
can't do that.
Yep.
It look like I'm doing
Are you throwing up
Illuminati
gang
symbols.
signs or something?
Right. That's
Illuminati hand gestures on my show, Tyler. Shh.
Nope.
Illuminati confirmed.
I
Right?
just did the letter
Tyler.
A.
We caught you, man. We caught you. Yeah. So
There's
it
the
is
proof.
osmium.
Oh, go ahead. I'll say something after this, but go ahead. Give us your explanation.
So this is actually kind of weird, right? So this metal rod, it was made of almost pure osmium. These are from the Cusco specimens that were drug in front of the Mexican Congress. Now, osmium is like one of the densest naturally occurring elements on Earth, and pure osmium does not occur in nature. This is something that's used in satellites and space shuttles. Okay, it's one of the rarest elements in the Earth's crust. It makes up like 50 parts per trillion, but the amount that was in these little cadavers is actually quite a lot, and it has been theorized, okay, that this could be used in alien technology in several manners. They say, "What up, Belushi? Good to see ya." They say that it could be used as like a structural material because it's really dense and it's durable, so an alien life form could possibly use it as like a structural material, like in the exoskeleton or even in the internal structure to give like exceptional strength or resistance to physical stresses. It could be used as an energy storage or transfer device. Um, there are organisms on Earth that use metals for energy storage or transfer, such as iron and hemoglobin or magnesium and chlorophyll. So theoretically, an alien organism could use osmium maybe in a similar way to store or transfer energy, or it could be used in a catalytic process. It could act as a
Mhm.
catalyst in certain chemical reactions. So an alien life form could potentially use osmium to catalyze necessary biochemical reactions within their bodies itself. And there has been something of a development with these little alien bodies. So I don't know. A lot of you guys probably, yeah, robot aliens, exactly, Melody. A lot of you guys probably saw this, but so these things were taken to the Mexican Navy Scientific Institute for Health and they were scanned to check the skeletal structure of the body. And they determined apparently that these belonged to a single skeleton. They were not assembled. So there was a lot of speculation that like maybe this was like a llama head that they had cut off and put onto this little thing, or they took pieces from, you know, dead bodies or little kids. Apparently, according to the Mexican Navy Scientific Institute for Health, these were not assembled. These were all one structure, which is
Right.
kind of crazy.
Y- Yeah, I heard that there were details about the bodies that hadn't been released yet that like confirm that they're real. But it's all hearsay.
Of course,
Uh,
of
but that
course.
was I didn't know any of that, and that's
Well,
some
if I
crazy,
say it, it must be true, right?
right? And you freaking break
Right.
it down, and you tell me you can't schedule a Zoom
I
link.
don't know how to schedule a Zoom link. I don't, man. Right? I have my certain skill set. Scheduling Zoom links
So,
is not on the list
um,
of
speaking of the
things.
Illuminati signs and stuff, Carrie Cassidy shared this video the other day, yesterday maybe. It's this Freemason whistleblower. It's a guy. He was a winner of the show X Factor,
Ooh,
and he whatever the well, I don't even know what the winner gets, but anyway, he became a mason. They told him if he becomes a mason, it's the only way he could propel his career. And he became a mason, and he learned like all the dark dirty secrets of that whole world, and like realized how disgusting it was. And like he did a 5 hour video like just exposing it, breaking it down to every handshake, every symbol, everything they do, the parties. I mean, if you want to know what's going on in the celebrity political world, this guy just came out and
put it all out
said it
there,
all. Yeah.
right? Gotta love them
I,
people that are willing to just lay it all out there like that.
Good for him.
All
And
right.
he did it without being taken out, which is
well, he starts off the
Yet.
great.
video. He starts the
Yes.
video off by saying, um, what's he say? Oh, if this video got removed, it wasn't taken down by me, and
Mm,
that's how he starts it
yeah.
off. Anyway,
It's crazy,
next question, Aaron.
right? Uh, Obligatory self promotion, real quick. If you guys like the content and you want to support the channel, feel free. Buy me a coffee, Cash App, super chats, all links in my description. Much love to you all.
Is that on YouTube or is it
Yeah,
on
believe it or not, it's on YouTube.
you?
It's
Can you send me the link to that?
Yeah, I'll send it to you. Actually,
'Cause
can
I've
I?
not watched.
I am a moderator. I can put it in the chat.
You are a
Oh, there you go.
moderator, sir. Right, Aaron? I
Share it
got to
with
do that.
everyone.
I made Yuvonda moderator. I got to make you a moderator, Aaron, just in case you ever want to come over and mod some stuff over here.
Yeah,
Right?
I would love to. Thank you.
Give you a wrench, sir. Uh,
Yes.
what is
Um, All right, let's ask us a question, Aaron.
All
We've got
right.
a long way to go here.
Yep. All right. What city in the US supposedly has an ancient reptilian city underneath it?
Ooh.
Tyler, I know you know the answer to this, so you can't answer. Is it A, St. Louis, B, Las Vegas, C, New York City, or D, Los Angeles?
I'm going with D on this one.
You going with D?
I'm going with D on this one. Right?
I
I
know
think it would
Vegas.
explain a lot, though. You know, explain
You
a lot
know the
about what's
answer
wrong
to
over
this
there.
one, Foil.
Yeah, is this not the ninth? I'll leave it alone. I'll let Aaron do the
No,
explanation.
you don't know the answer to this one.
I don't. It's not.
No, you don't.
All right.
Let's see what all right, what do we got?
I
Christina
swear.
loves D.
Yeah. See,
We got
Leyland says
D,
L.A.
B.
All of the above. Right.
Well,
This is
it is
All
true.
of
all
the
the
above.
above.
Well, it probably is all of the above, to be fair.
Are we not talking
It's
about like the 1917 Maybe I'm just thinking of the newspaper that
Oh, just
published it.
you might as well just say the answer at this point.
All right. So yeah, it's the answer is D,
Oh,
Los
see,
Angeles.
don't play with me. You playing with my emotions, Aaron. I'm sure I know this one.
I just didn't want give away the answer.
Ah,
That's
you're better than me. I
trying to
used to trick
trade.
Tyler that way, right? Now he
All
sees
right.
right through me. Oh,
So everyone thought it was either Vegas or Los Angeles, which is yeah, those are the two
yeah, desert
best
lizards.
guesses for sure. But apparently it's Los Angeles. I mean, it might be Vegas too. Who knows? I wouldn't doubt it.
St. Louis
But
has
the
some
ar-
underground weirdness, though.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it's every major city has some kind of underground something, but
and if you want to learn more, go watch our webinar.
Yeah,
different
Journey to Truth
degrees. Yeah,
Today.
watch our webinar if you want to on Dumbs and Inner Earth.
So tell us about the city, Aaron.
So hold on.
thanks, classical chick, for the cookie. Much love to you.
Actually, I didn't. I didn't have anything on that one.
It's all right. We can.
Hold
I
up.
know. I mean, it was discovered by. I forgot his
They
name now.
published it in the Los Angeles Times.
Yeah, exactly. I
They
can't
had a
remember the guy's
map and
name.
shit,
Oh
right?
yeah, that's
They
right.
had a
Yeah,
map
yeah,
and
And
yeah.
shit.
he and the guy actually
1934.
That wasn't night. Okay,
19,
I knew it was 19 something early 1900s,
January
right?
29th, 1934. Lizard People's Catacomb City.
Yes. Yeah, they
right.
went down there and shit, right? And it just
Well,
happens
no,
to be where they were tunneling to, where Elon Musk wanted to go do his little boring.
actually that guy he invented his own radio scanning machine that would scan underground at the time, and they were able to identify tunnels, and it was able to somehow identify gold because it was supposed to be gold tablets
Mhm.
buried there, with
Mhm.
like occult knowledge on them and stuff. And but they did determine that the tunnels that he scanned were real, and that's how it even got published because it wasn't, just a theory that he was able to prove that the tunnels existed and they were
Yeah.
super intricate. And then, there's a whole lizard people aspect, but
How
and
did he find out it was lizard people?
that part I don't know for a fact, but I do know that it lines up with the Native American lore from that
Mhm.
area specifically. And I think maybe it comes from the Native American lore that talks about lizard people there.
Well, yeah, and that lore comes from because
Right.
they knew. And didn't Jessica Jones just remote viewed it, correct? She just
Mhm.
did a remote viewing
Which is actually
on it.
the guy she had on her show. It's an awesome episode. I recommend watching it. I tuned in. I was just gonna listen to like the first 5 minutes, and I listened to the whole thing.
Thank you,
Nice. Yeah, I
Bedley, for the
started. I
can.
started watching.
The lizards are hoarding the gold. Yeah, don't they? I thought the Native Americans thought they were nice lizards, though. Like these were supposed to be like nice lizard people. I don't know
There,
that I personally buy that, but I don't
well,
trust any of the lizards, but
there,
maybe.
so
Well,
there's
there's
the accounts of lizards coming up from the sewers at nights in LA and like eating people and snatching
Okay,
people.
so
And
not nice lizards then. Okay, well
right.
that
I mean, I
that
actually
makes
saw
sense.
that shit. That like was on like the Monster Quest show on cable, like the lore of the lizard people coming up from LA.
Man, that would be
and then
terrifying.
and then there's the Nagas in like Hinduism,
Well, this is
Right.
true,
which
right?
were So like they show up in all kinds of different ancient cultures,
A
uh,
lizard is a
and
lizard,
different
Rhonda said.
Yeah,
variations. So
yeah. The Hindus
there's
had the
something.
Nagas, which were like snake
Yeah, the
Nice
Hindus.
creatures.
lizard, nice
Chinese
lizard
had
people.
dragons.
They
Mhm.
said nice lizard people is an oxymoron.
Right.
Uh,
Well, I feel the same way, right? But I could have
That
swore
well,
s-
that's
some.
like saying there's no nice humans.
uh,
It like the ignorance
Right.
of that statement. I'm sorry, I'm not belittling anyone,
That's
but
yeah. You can't
but
blanket an
it
entire.
does not. You like that is your own emotions making that judgment call.
I would be
That
in abject terror. I'm sorry, whether they were nice or not.
right.
Immediately, just abject terror, right? I don't think I could even control that.
I
That's
mean, the
like that's
Draco,
like
which are the Draco are one of like the Draco, the Sakar, whatever, are the ones that have been controlling our planet for a long time, and that's why So then we think, oh, all reptilians are bad. Like, no, they make up. I would say from insiders and what I've heard, the negative makes up maybe I don't know 10%, if that even, of all
what
reptilians.
if imagine
And
this.
the rest are actually
Let's paint a picture here. What if our deep state, a group of humans, goes over and takes over another planet? And the people from the other planet don't know anything about humans except for the dark,
Right.
nasty ones that took over their planet. And
They would
here
think
we
we're all
all
like that.
are on Earth, the most loving people. We have huge hearts, and we just happen to get a bad rap because a group of shitty people went and took over
I mean,
another
that does
planet.
tend to happen, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean that's exactly the case. I mean, that's exactly what it is. There's no, you can't say that like they're all evil or they're all good. Anyway, we have a lot of
Right.
questions to get
Correct.
to. So,
Tyler, try to
um,
move this along.
all right. Along with question two, along with motor vehicles and air travel, climate crisis activists have added this to their ban list of high carbon products.
Oh boy.
A, meat, B, lithium, C, candy corn, or D, dinosaur bones.
I'm gonna guess meat, right? I would
Along
hope.
with motor Along with motor vehicles and air travel, climate crisis activists have added this to their ban list of high carbon products. A, meat, B, lithium, C, candy corn, D, dinosaur bones.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with A because that just sounds like something they would do.
right. It better not be candy corn. Are you a candy corn fan?
No, that's
I
no.
used to be, but not anymore.
What?
What do you mean?
You guys don't. Who eats candy corn? Why do people get hated on for? I listen. I don't really eat candy anymore, but I have to say, the pumpkins I like particularly. Right, the little candy
Yeah,
corn
Yeah,
pumpkins.
I used to
Like
love the
I love
pumpkins.
those
Yeah.
ones.
you might as
Right,
well be eating a wax candle. That shit's nasty.
they're delicious.
It's basically candy wax. Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
They're
Yeah.
I used
delicious.
to love them, but yeah, these days,
Tiffany thought it was
plus
trees,
it's
candy corn.
Trees,
The
yeah,
answer
maybe.
the answer is meat.
Right.
yeah, of
What's
course
up,
it is.
Matt? Good
Of
to
course it
see
is.
ya.
Climate crisis activists seek to put meat on their list of banned fossil fuel adverts. Climate
Oh
crisis
Lord.
activists have dreamed up a campaign that they bombastically call a treaty to ban advertising of high carbon products. In other words, anything they or their sponsors don't like. These groups are not working alone. They are politically funded and politically motivated. They are making moves to ban advertisements of motor vehicles and air travel. And at the latest fossil fuel adverts, being targeted is meat. Yeah, you read that right. Meat is being treated the same as a fossil fuel, according to the Council of the Dutch City of Haarlem, which has included meat on their list of banned fossil fuel endorsements.
Uh, I wish they would ban pharmaceutical ads. Like that seems like it would have some use actually. How many meat
Right.
advertisements do you
Yeah.
see? Really? Like of all the
Right.
things to get mad about. And then I saw a chart
Arby's.
yesterday. Well, that they have, they have the meats. So,
Right.
uh, I saw
That's
a
the only one
chart
I'm thinking of.
yesterday. There are only there are only 900,000 cows slaughtered for food a day. There are 1.4 million goats slaughtered for food per day, right? Then there's like 1.6 million sheep. What was the next one up? I was just astounded that there were more goats than cows slaughtered for food per day. There was like 220 million chickens, though. I do feel kind of bad for the chicken population of the planet, although they're delicious. I'm sorry. Uh, but that just took me. I don't know. I don't see very many meat advertisements, but if they want to ban pharmaceutical ads, I would be behind that completely,
Right.
right?
Well,
Like do
it's
something
all,
useful.
I mean, fossil fuels in general, it's like it's the abiotic oil theory. Have you heard? It's a theory that
Yeah, it's
the
not.
oil is naturally occurring within the Earth's
It
crust,
is.
and
It
it's
fossil fuels
abundant.
is not
It does
even what it
not come
is.
from
No,
fossilized
No,
oil.
they told us that to make us
that's
feel
not
like
what
it
it
was
is.
running out
Right.
constantly.
But they
Right. It's
still
a
run with it.
propaganda term. Right.
They
Right.
still run with that term. I mean, they still use it
They
all the
still
time
call it fossil fuels,
when
even though
it's
it's not what it
literally
is.
been basically proven that it's like naturally occurring, oil's abundant, and people strike oil more often than not, actually,
Now that
because
being said, we need to get off gas, coal, and oil as our because we have free energy and
Well,
all
right,
I
kinds of
would
stuff.
agree with that, ideologically, of course.
But that doesn't mean that the ridiculous oh, oil's going to run out, and you know, we need to switch over to electric everything immediately, even though we don't have the infrastructure at all for
No,
it.
we're
Like,
just using child slave labor to mine lithium and
right.
cobalt and shit. Like that makes
Which,
it better.
and it's way worse. It's like
So
their
much worse.
solution to a bad problem is
A worse
a
problem.
way worse thing.
Right?
And they're
We
like,
can't
yeah,
dispose
that's
of
the
it. Yeah,
answer.
can't recycle it. Nothing. We're
Like,
just strip
Oh
mining
my
for
God.
rare minerals. Like, come on, bruh. It's
yeah,
crazy. I don't
they're
know.
like,
Yes,
it's
Scarcity
like,
scarcity
makes
makes money. Exactly.
that's true. And well, that's when we're all programmed with the not enough programming. I mean, that's that
scarcity. Yeah,
we always think we don't have enough of everything. That's why we're
Hmm.
constant, we're
you got
always running out of something.
fear,
Right?
scarcity, and lack
Yeah.
programming is what they want. Is what they
Uh,
want.
Absolutely.
all right, Foil, bring on the next
All
question.
right, all right. I got a display for you guys too here in a minute.
Well done.
So the 15th century Crivelli painting titled "The Annunciation" clearly shows what happening to the Virgin Mary.
C.
Bruh, is it A gray alien stalking her, B a UFO shooting her with a laser, C a person making an Illuminati hand gesture towards her, or D she's turning into a reptilian? The 15th century Crivelli painting titled "The Annunciation" clearly shows what happening to the Virgin Mary. Is it A, a gray alien stalking her, B, a UFO shooting her with a laser, C, a person making an Illuminati hand gesture towards her, or D, is she turning in to a lizard?
I'm
B.
gonna go with B. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. B.
Final answer?
B is my final answer.
Final answer. Right. I'm seeing a lot of B's. Seeing a
B.
lot of
B.
B's here. Frightening Me says B. It must be B. It must be
We
No,
B.
got
he's why
too
is
many
he
ancient
still in the
alien
chat?
watchers here. They know.
He was disqualified.
Right, well, he saw it on this one. He just said B flat out, right? So that must be the answer. Everybody says B. The answer is B, guys. Good job. Good call. Right?
Yep, I know that painting.
This
Well,
is
that's
wild though. You guys can't see it. That's why I should have
It
shared my
does show a
screen.
UFO. Literally, it looks like
right.
I
it's
mean,
firing a
yeah,
laser.
so it's crazy. So the painting, The Annunciation, with Saint Emilius, it's an altarpiece by Italian artist Carlo Crivelli. It shows an artistic adaptation of the Annunciation. It was painted for the Church of Annunziata in the Italian town of Ascoli Piceno. Yes, Ascoli Piceno. And it was granted to the town by Pope Sixtus. So it's housed in the National Gallery in London since 1864. But the light ray that is coming down here, I don't know how this is not a UFO shooting a laser beam, but whatevs. Apparently, the light ray is supposed to represent Mary receiving Jesus Christ into her womb, even though it's clearly hitting her right in the head. And then, of course, there are us, according to conspiracy theorists. The halo of the Holy Spirit on the painting is interpreted as a UFO. So this is apparently supposed to be the halo of the Holy Spirit. Um, but according to historian Massimo Polidoro, the circular form in the sky is a vortex of angels in the clouds. Like I don't know where they're getting that. That does not look like a vortex of angels in the clouds.
Right. That does
I don't
not.
know. Looks like she's getting beamed in the head with a laser beam to me.
I think
That's
there's a
what
But
else
lot.
would
whatevs,
that be?
I
right?
think there's a lot to break down in that picture.
There are. I mean, there are. Here's look, angels here, right? I
Yeah.
don't know.
They got wings. You got a peacock hanging out up
Yeah,
there.
he's
Somebody
chilling.
somebody in the comments said, "Isn't there a dude in the background pointing to the UFO?"
I don't know if it's in this picture or a different one. I have to
No,
look.
I don't think. I
I think
don't
that's a
think so.
different one. 'Cause I don't think
There is
there is.
another photo of almost the same thing, and it does have somebody pointing to the UFO.
Yeah, that's a different. I know that one too. That is a different one.
I wish I could
If
make
I
it
make
bigger for
this,
you guys, but if I start clicking on things, God only knows what will happen. So,
there
uh,
is that guy or girl in the brown gown and down the alleyway looking up like
right.
this,
Yes, looking at something, right?
but that so they're definitely looking at it. And then look right above her head. If you zoom in, there's a little mini UFO. I'm
Oh, right
zooming
here.
way
Yeah, 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 yeah.
like above her head. Yeah. It looks like
Oh
something on the
yeah,
wall, but it's not. It's like a little disc above her head, like coming down.
Golden
Um,
Crisp doing his best Kamala in the chat over here. Do not come. Do not come. Uh, there's a tiny person on the left. Well, I X'd out of it and I
yeah,
can't
there is.
can't
Yeah,
grab it again.
I just saw that. I
But
was zooming in. That picture is worth a
there
thousand
is a
words.
ton of stuff going
Confirmed.
on in that picture for sure. For sure.
Confirmed. It's worth a thousand words.
Yeah, it's just crazy how all of this, old art, especially Renaissance art or, high Enlightenment art, um, with religious themes, does seem to have a lot of weird UFO stuff in the mix. At least that's what it
it does.
appears to be today, right?
It
All
does.
right.
Well, and
What
like
do you got for us,
angels
Aaron?
are supposed, like the halo is comes from like your aura, like it
Right.
makes a
Your
halo
crown
at the top.
chakra or something.
And
That
that's where the whole halo comes from. Yeah,
that's
so a
what
lot of these supposedly religious things are actually um, you know,
right. The Thea Uber prophecy that talks about
real
that
things.
specific thing. Back then, they were able to see each
Mhm.
other's aura. It was the higher frequency, like the higher frequency beings. They could see their auras, and so they would literally painting their auras, and it was like an
Yeah,
elevated level of consciousness. Uh, is what it meant. If you had a
right.
higher frequency, your aura became visible, and that's
Hmm.
what they were painting. Um, but
I need my aura to be visible,
all
right?
right,
Like, swah.
let's move on to the next
Right.
All right, bring it,
question.
Aaron. Bring it.
All right. Here's my last one. All right. The US government apparently has an invisible airstrip at
Mm.
Papoose Lake, Nevada. An invisible airstrip at Papoose Lake, Nevada. Uh, and what is it supposedly called?
Mm.
So I guess it's like invisible. I guess it's like cloaked or something. Is what some people say. So we got, what is it called? Is it A, the Cheshire Airstrip, B, the Sand Road, C, the Glass Carpet, or D, Runway 66?
I have no
Is
idea.
there is there a stealth option? E doesn't exist.
Sure.
You can't see it.
Right? I do like the
Right.
the, the
I
Cheshire
don't actually know.
reference, but yeah, I have no idea.
I
I
didn't
don't
know
know.
until I came across.
I'm
I
gonna
just came
Huh.
go.
across this
Can you
today,
I'm
read
going
literally.
with
the?
glass carpet.
Can you read the
Glass Carpet,
options again?
C.
I'm
Okay,
gonna go
it's
with C2.
A, the Cheshire Airstrip, B, the Sand Road, C, the Glass Carpet, or D, Runway 66.
Yeah, I'm
Runway
gonna go with a.
66
I'm.
has a good ring
I
to it,
thought
though.
about that too, but I'm sticking with the glass carpet, man. A lot of people think C
You
in
know,
the
Glass
chat
Carpet.
too.
Yeah, they're saying that because you guys said that.
I
They're
have
like, it
no
must be
clue.
C.
Right?
They both said C. It must be,
Right. That must be the answer.
that must be it because I have no idea. Someone said D sounds fun.
Right?
Yeah, like, yeah, it's Runway 66. That sounds good. The answer is A,
What? And
actually.
it was the Cheshire. Oh,
The,
that I
che-
mean that
the
does
Cheshire
make
Airstrip.
that does make sense. I liked that in the beginning, but damn. All right, tell us about it.
There- All
If you
right.
say so.
And so, hold on a second. Where is it at?
Is it? How is it spelled?
Like the
CH or
Cheshire
SH?
cat.
CH.
Oh,
Cheshire.
Cheshire.
Cheshire. Yeah, like the Cheshire
Cheshire.
cat.
Cheshire. I say Cheshire.
I
Cheshire.
usually say yeah, Cheshire cat, but whatever. Cheshire.
Um.
Cheshire. However you pronounce it.
Worcestershire.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Cheshire.
I don't know.
All
Pickled
right. So
peppers.
here we
You
go.
like pickled peppers.
The Cheshire or Cheshire, however you pronounce it, airstrip is named after the Cheshire cat. So it's named after the Cheshire cat, which could appear and disappear at will.
Oh,
Wow. It is supposed to mate. Bleh. It's supposed
Gross.
to be made visible by spraying water on it. It's an interesting story, but
huh.
I'm still at a loss to explain why anyone would want a disappearing runway. That's in the little. That's in the little
Because
answer thing that I'm
you can
reading.
hide your uh it's a spaceport. You could hide your airport, your spaceport.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, you don't no
If
aerial surveillance if the damn thing disappears, right?
if there's an invisible runway, I'm sure there's an invisible base or
Aircraft, yeah,
something
exactly.
Yeah, if you
that
can
it
cloak a
goes
runway, you must be
to.
able to cloak all kind of other stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, that we know that. So yeah, of course they have a runway that's cloaked that appears and disappears at will. So yeah, supposedly that's in Papoose Lake, Nevada.
I like that.
Well, I'll let you know if I see it.
All right, any Alice in Wonderland references I can get down with.
Right, right.
I'm good with
I
that.
wonder which one I want to read next. Okay, we'll do the fun one. And you can't answer this one.
Okay.
According to Army veteran and SSP whistleblower Mary Beaver, members of Space Force recently received a new field manual to implement what after the 1st of January 2024?
Hmm.
A. First Contact Protocol. B. The New World Order. C. The Finn ARV Initiative. Finn meaning Future is Now, Alien Reproduction Vehicle Initiative. D. An official U.S. government coup.
I'm going with A. I feel like I didn't you have her on your channel?
A while back, yeah.
I
But according to Army veteran and SSP whistleblower Mary Beaver, members of Space Force recently received a new field manual to implement what after the 1st of the year? A. First Contact Protocol. B. The New World Order. C. The Finn ARV Initiative. D. An official U.S. government coup.
If only it was a coup. I feel like it's first contact protocols though,
Well, we'll find out. I'm going to let a few people answer.
right?
Um, all right, time's up. Tired of waiting.
You're so impatient,
So
sir.
he recently reached out to us. Actually, well, I don't even know how much I should say about it, but we recently talked to her, and she shared some very interesting information with us. Um, that I tend to believe her, and we recorded it, and we may be releasing it publicly soon whenever we get the go ahead from her. But that being said, she has a friend. She's an Army veteran. She has a friend in Space Force. She's known him forever, and he reached out to her and said, "Hey, tell me about the New World Order again. Who's the New World Order?" And she's like, "Why?" She goes, "What do you mean? That's all I talk about, you know." He goes, "I know, but I always just thought you were crazy. I wrote you off, and now I'm interested." And she's like, "Well, why do you ask?" He goes, "Because we were all just handed a field manual to implement the New World Order as of January 1st." And he goes, "Now I have questions. Now I want to listen to you." So she had to tell him again, like what the New World Order entails. But according to her, that the military was officially, according to her friend, was officially handed a field manual on how to begin implementing the New World Order as of January 1st. So,
Yeah, we're gonna need deets on this. That's crazy. Uh,
um, but so the answer is obviously B, the New World Order.
So it was not first contact pro. I was hoping. I was hoping maybe we were aiming for the stars there, but apparently not. We're gonna stick a little bit closer to the Earth. That's
Right.
crazy.
Right. I mean, she's not, I mean, I know she wasn't lying to us, but whether or not,
The
we
the
could just
Yeah.
take everybody's word for everything nowadays, but
right.
that's
As a
what her friend told her. So,
well, there's a lot of things they want to do, you know.
right.
You know, from my research, go go back decades and decades, and they've been trying to do a lot of things for a long time that they have not been able to do, and there's a reason for that. You know, like otherwise the new world order would have been here a long time ago, and we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
Yeah, well, I'm not having it. There's no
Right.
new world
That
orders
being
on my
said,
watch, okay?
I'm
Right.
not saying be complacent, and I don't want that. I don't, I'm not saying let's just not even, you know. But I very much believe that they want to,
Well, of course they want to, you know.
I'm sure some orders got sent down. They're like, all right, that's actually a good sign to me because that means they're that desperate that they're now sending orders to, I don't know what level of military, the military at some level. They're just openly saying to implement the New World Order and using those terms, and like
I mean, well,
that means they're getting desperate.
Yuvonda is right. It's all over the UN site, like the UN website. Like it's out there.
Oh
Like
yeah, they're
there's no super. That's not even super secret. And Blue, I'm so glad you're
UN,
here. Hello,
UN, World Economic Forum. I mean, they're just openly
shady
saying it.
bastards.
They're
Right.
openly saying the stuff that they used to be very secretive about. So that's
Yeah.
me,
I
that's
mean,
a
that's
good sign, because that means they're that desperate that
Well,
they feel like they have to do that.
or they're psychopaths and they're that confident
they
that it's
are
going to work.
psychopaths. So
Probably a
Could be.
that is
combination of
true.
both.
That
Honestly,
is
it's
true.
probably both. Right?
Yeah. No new
Because
world
they are
orders on our watch. It's not happening. Not happening.
Right.
Okay. We won't allow
like
it.
Right.
like Noah Ferrari. What's his name? Noah
Oh,
Harari.
that guy.
Noah
Yeah,
Yuval Harari, whatever his name is.
that's his name.
He's
That
just
dude's a
openly
trip.
having these talks of like, yeah, we're gonna just control all of
He
you
does too. He's very,
uh, through
his
your
whole
DNA,
genetic
and
manipulation
genetics,
shenanigans.
and there's nothing you can do about it. You don't have a soul, even though you think you do. They're just openly
Right.
saying all that. They're just saying this to the world now,
Right.
openly.
Right?
But
Yes, Golden Crisp. No blue helmets, man. None. Nada. Nope.
we got to lighten things up.
All right, I got a good one for you. And this
All right.
this was actually requested, I think, the last time we did the show, and I finally wrote a question about it. So, what counselor this is from my UK friends? What counselor in the UK's Labour Party claims to have been adopted as a baby by a 9 foot tall green alien? Is it A. Laura Davison, B. Simon Parkes, C. Paul Roper, or D. George Tomlin?
I think I know this.
This story is crazy,
Say,
and this is
say it one more
true.
time.
Okay,
I,
what
no.
counselor in the UK's Labour Party claims to have been adopted as a baby by a 9 foot tall green alien? Just went on TV and said this, just out in the open about it, right? Is it A. Laura Davison, B. Simon Parkes, C. Paul Roper, or D. George Tomlin? These are all actual Labour Party counselors. So which one of them
B.
guys?
The only
Final
one I
answer?
know is Simon Parkes, because
Right. I've heard Simon Parkes, but I thought his was a
talks about
mantis being. But
Mantis. Yeah.
I also think Foil just slipped up and she said she whenever you told
Ah,
us the story. So I'm going to go with A.
well, in that case, I'm going with A too.
Final
Everyone's saying
answers?
B.
Was everybody saying
Oh,
B?
Simon Parkes is the only one everyone knows, so everyone's
Right.
saying B.
Right.
Parkes.
Well, the answer is Simon Parkes. See, I got you guys.
It is Simon Parkes.
Dang. I thought I
Okay.
heard you say
I knew
she.
it.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. So this guy, right? He says that he was adopted, and the story gets weird. It says he was adopted as a baby by a 9 foot tall green alien, which explained that she was his real, more important mother. Later, when he was 11, she took him on board her spacecraft, and a deal was struck about contact between the two worlds. This is according to Simon Parkes, guys. He also claims that he remembers the view from his cot as an 8-month-old. And this is where you get the idea about the mantis beings. He says two green stick things came in. He was aware of some movement over his head. He thought, those are not Mummy's hands. I was looking straight into its face. It sent a message down his optic nerve into his brain and said, I'm your real mother, your more important mother. He also said on national news that he lost his virginity at the age of 5 to an alien holographic. He explained that he had been visited by aliens ever since being inside his mother's womb, when he had a very clear memory of a face with no distinguishing features, then suddenly being aware that there was much more to the world. And he described it as a spiritual experience. He said that the type of alien that he was most frequently visited by were mantids, green, 7 foot tall, and produced a drawing of one that frequently comes to visit him wearing a cloak. Again, he said when he in 1965, when he was 5 or 6 years old, he had lost his virginity to one of these aliens. He said it was a holographic sexual experience, so he didn't exactly lose his virginity. But to them, it's not about age, so it wasn't weird that he was 5, right? This is fine. He says it's about experience and souls. And then, of course, after he revealed that he had a child called Zarka with an alien that he refers to as the Cat Queen, which is his mistress, his wife apparently got pissed and I don't know if she left him at this point, but it was a whole thing. So I mean,
Not yeah, not surprised.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
But
So
yeah,
there's that.
he
So there's
yeah,
that.
so
Thanks, Death by Rust,
he
for the gold
publicly
pills.
said, I don't know if he said all of, but he publicly
Oh, this
said,
is all from interviews that he did. I went through them. I was in this. I was
well,
transfixed by this story.
right, but I'm
I
saying
was like, what?
before he got elected, he said some of the stuff about the mantis, and then he still got elected. Because I remember I used to follow Simon Parks years ago, and I remember him talking. He was like, "Oh yeah, the media was like blasting me about the alien stuff and trying to say I'm crazy and I'm this and I'm that." And then he's like, "And then I still got elected." He's like, "So it
Right? Like,
proves that like,"
well, right.
he's like, "To me, that proved that like people are more ready for this stuff than you think, because I literally said this stuff and they still elected me based on my character rather than uh
based on his
oh
character,
or based on, like
I
they
know,
liked
but
him even though he's saying these supposedly crazy things."
and we know,
But we've heard some things about Simon Parks since then that we're not,
Yeah. Well,
I don't
I
know.
mean,
I really don't know what to believe for sure, but I don't know. We've heard some things. I'll
oh
just say
yeah,
that.
Melody says sounds like a broken screen memory.
could be.
He believes it. What up, woke one? Good to see you. Thank you, Death by Rust, for the gold pills. Much love to you. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, he believes it. He's got an alien baby named Zarka. Makes perfect sense. Yes,
Does
cat
he has
mistress. Yes, UFO Mark. He's got
he has
cat
he has done I mean,
mistress.
I don't doubt that that stuff's true, but Simon Parks has done and said some things over the years that make me raise an eyebrow.
Right.
That a little bit
Two
of a red
even,
flag
right? Two
to me.
eyebrows.
Well,
Maybe
one,
a
I mean, when he like,
little bit of a red flag to me.
I'm so tempted to tell the story on air, but it would require like name dropping and like all these
Right,
details. But if what we heard is true, like you just don't even want to deal with that guy at all.
right.
That's all I'll say.
I mean, seems I don't know.
No, no, I'm
To
not
each
talking
their
about
own.
his story.
His
I'm
that
talking about his
sounds a little.
character, like,
On
and some.
on a surface level, no, he seems amazing. He seems great just watching his videos, and I don't doubt that most, if not all, of his information what he's talking about on his videos
Right.
is
This
good.
has
But
nothing to do with his information.
this is
This is
more like him behind the scene.
Ah,
Unfortunately, you know how not everyone is the same person they present themselves to be
yes,
on camera
yes,
as they
indeed.
actually are behind the scene. It's kind of one of those
I gotcha. I'm with you.
things.
Yuvonda says, "Do it, tell
Yeah,
Um,
her."
she's amping you up in the chat, like, yeah, yeah, tell us. We want,
I
we
mean,
want the,
I
we
could.
spill the tea. Don't do anything that you don't feel comfortable with, sir, or that may cause you ruckus down the road. I'm not
right.
about ruckus.
Well, because I truly believe this is a true story, and the person who shared this information with me, I would be breaking confidence,
Well,
his
then don't do
confidence.
that. Definitely don't do that. Uh,
Um,
yeah, but that just
anyway,
sounds crazy to me. Alien baby
all right,
named
I'm
Zarka.
gonna ask
I'm with it.
next my question
Bring
next.
it,
All right.
sir.
In the new hit video game Kung Fu Shopper Black Friday Edition, what store
At
now?
the Walmart,
At
right?
the Walmart.
At the
Uh,
Walmart.
okay. So, according to satellite tracking data,
Oh,
SpaceX has now lost how many Starlink satellites in only 2 months?
lost.
A,
Lost.
600, B, 5,000, C, 50, D, 200.
It's either two or six, I think.
Mm,
How many satellites have gone missing in the past 2 months?
I mean,
How many
that's fair.
Starlink satellites have gone missing?
say the options again.
600, 5,000, 50, or 200?
I'll go with 50. I don't know. It's probably 200. I have no
I'm gonna go.
idea.
I'm gonna go with 5,000 just because.
That's way too many. I don't even know if he's got that
Oh,
many up there
wait,
yet.
no. I'm gonna go 200. I'm gonna go 200.
Right? Oh, Matt 1776 wants the deets on Parks.
The answer is 200.
Dang, that's how
Ah,
do you lose
a lot.
SpaceX has lost more than
when
200
they say
Starlink satellites
I have a
in just
question.
2 months.
When
What?
they say lost, like we don't know where they went or lost, like they critical failures, lost.
Like,
Well, so in this, so it's rare. So they explain in the article that they do lose satellites all the time due to solar flares and a number of different reasons. But to lose this many this rapidly doesn't they don't have an explanation for
That
it.
sounds like a
And
lot
yeah, they've
in a short
me to
amount of
me,
time.
and I'm looking all over online. There is no conspiracy about
Well,
where
we
they
need to
went,
make
what they're
one.
being used for.
Okay.
Right.
We need a new
So
conspiracy. This seems
I
like
was
fertile
expecting
ground.
to find somebody out there who had all the answers. You know how these people, oh, I know, like,
Right?
Thorhan said that they're being used for this or whatever.
Well,
Um,
if they're somehow nefarious, being used against
They
humanity, then
could be being redirected. I'm sorry, but
I would
Elon's
assume they.
got some war
so
profiteering,
here,
I
I'll
think,
read I'll
going
read what
on.
this says real quick.
Yeah, our benevolent ET friends are
Maybe,
taking them.
maybe. Or they're being secretly co-opted by, you know, the
So
deep state.
SpaceX's
Or that.
Starlink satellite internet constellation has lost more than 200 satellites in low Earth orbit since July, according to data from a satellite tracking website. This is the first time that Starlink has lost a significant number of satellites in a short time period. And these losses are typically influenced by solar flares that cause changes in orbit or damage or destroy the spacecraft. The nature of the satellites is unclear, their model, et cetera, et cetera. And if they're newer Starlink satellites that SpaceX regularly launches, then the firm will have to conduct at least 9 Falcon launches to make up for the satellite lost. But there's something else I wanted to read.
Maybe they're cloaked.
Maybe.
Maybe they're cloaked. Maybe we're
So in exactly
Could be.
212 satellites in a period spanning July 18th to September 18th.
That's crazy. That is a lot, though.
It's a lot. Yeah.
So they said that the data does show a number of burned up satellites that steadily increase over the past 3 years, but not the significant spike cannot be explained. Um, it's unclear whether these satellites were scheduled to deorbit or whether the burnups were a result of a failure. Cyber News has reached out to SpaceX, but no response.
As we know, there's always a cover
Right.
story.
So
Always a
Starlink
cover.
satellites are designed to burn up in the Earth's atmosphere at the end of their life cycle, which is approximately 5 years. So some of the shooting stars that we see might be a satellite burning up. Uh, SpaceX started launching Starlink satellites in 2019. Over 5,000 have been sent into Earth's lower orbit since then, and about 4,500 of those are believed to be active.
200, that's like 100 a month. That's a lot, man. I don't know.
212 lost. I mean, that 212
In
lost
two
satellites. That's
months.
what it says in 2 months.
Yeah, maybe they're cloaked,
Yeah,
and being
something fishy.
redirected for some, super secret purposes. I don't know. What do
Something
you guys think?
fishy that demands further investigation.
Michelle Janae
Yeah.
says space junk. There's a lot of space junk. Like if you look at those maps of the shit in orbit around the Earth, like we have just polluted you know,
Right.
the whole low Earth orbital plane, man. That shit is crazy.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, I agree. Well, I mean, if you go outside in the clear night, you see them everywhere. Satellites just crisscrossing, and things that can't be explained as satellites as well.
Keep True
Right.
says parts
And
for
yeah,
giant space station slash ship.
That's what I'm thinking too. Like they never waste a launch, so I'm thinking like there's payloads on there and stuff. Like
Maybe.
they're building out. I mean, that's what we've heard from other people. They're building out space stations, and some of the satellites, like John Lear said, there was over 200. This was years ago, like weaponized satellite space stations surrounding the planet, which contain direct energy weapons. Um, I mean, they could be adding to that list. There could be a number of reasons. I just don't believe that with all the technology that we supposedly have, that they're just losing satellites.
Yeah, hey, come on. You
right.
don't just lose
Right.
stuff like that. That's crazy. Uh, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's wild though. That is
That's my
wild.
last question. So,
Well, that was a
Kind
good
of
one.
like
That was a good one.
kind of like they lost that fighter jet a few
right.
weeks ago or a couple weeks
Yeah, and
ago.
then did you see the Google Earth image of somebody like
Yeah,
zoomed in on
listen,
one
that
of the
thing
military bases?
supposedly was not that far from
Lost.
my house. Yeah, just
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah,
somebody,
we just don't know where it is.
yeah. How you gonna
Flying
ask the
around.
public for help? Like, come on,
did you
man.
see the Google Earth image of the sail or the military base that clearly showed a stealth craft in like the parking
Yeah,
spots?
I've seen that. I have seen
Like
that.
like they even were able to change the view. Like you can see the craft, but it's completely stealth, like the Predator would be in the movie. You know.
Yeah, I have
Right,
seen
right.
that one for sure. And I agree with you, Matt,
There you go.
that he's
And that technology is
on some
real, and
BS.
you can find open information about stealth technology online about tanks. They talk about having the technology to camouflage a tank completely for war scenario
Yeah,
purposes. So why can't they do it to any other
So
vehicle?
they can do it to
right.
anything. Then if they
Yeah.
can do it to a tank,
Runways, anything, right?
right?
That is crazy. That is
Well,
crazy.
I found that out when I was researching for the Voice of God webinar, and because they install these Voice of God technologies on tanks, and they're using military applications and situations. And one of the ways they hide it is they literally have this technology. It started off as like basically like a screen you would put up, and it would just reflect like
Right.
it was like you know what I
Bend the
mean. But
light,
now,
like them little
right?
shields that the people have. You see the videos of.
Yeah, yeah. It started off as that, but I'm sure it's far more sophisticated than that. But
Hmm.
they're able to cloak the tanks and use this technology so no one would know where it's coming from.
That's crazy. That's great. People were selling the jet on eBay. I saw that. I
Yeah,
also saw the,
the
the, the
jet.
Chinese spy balloon on sale on eBay at one point as
Nice.
well. Right?
How
Yeah,
much was it?
it's great. I don't like 10. It was only like 10 million bucks. It was much cheaper than the jet. I'll tell you.
Oh,
Uh,
did you see what's going on with Mar-a-Lago? How it's being real estate, the
yeah, they're
realtors
saying it's worth like
evaluating
17 million, but
18,
all the
18
surrounding.
million. Yeah.
Yeah, come on, man. All the
Yeah,
surrounding
so,
properties are worth
such
like
a joke.
40 million for like a just
Like
a
there's
tiny.
Right,
an
but somehow
abandoned,
that is only
yeah.
18. Yeah, makes
So
perfect
there's
sense.
an abandoned, but they're blaming it on Trump. Like they're blaming it on some sort of
Of course.
fraud that he's involved in
Hmm.
and why it devalued his property. Like it's they're that desperate. But it's funny
Like,
because
no, you guys are valuing at that because you're idiots. No
right.
one else is valuing it.
But somebody pointed out that there's an abandoned, empty lot next to Mar-a-Lago that's for sale for over $100 million
Oh
with
dear
nothing
God.
on it.
Right, right.
With
Empty lot
nothing on it, an
with
empty lot.
over $100 million.
And so then Mar-a-Lago is this gigantic mansion, hotel slash, has
It's a
everything.
business too.
Right.
It's not
And
even
it's
like
18 million.
18 million. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. They be arguing every little thing. They said his New York apartment wasn't really 30,000 square feet. It was only 10. They started tripping about that. Thank you, Sean Joe, for the cookie. And
Nuh-uh.
anything,
But she said this. Yeah,
right?
it's like he
Anything
said,
they
she
can
said
say.
stuff.
Like,
Yeah.
bro, I'm so over the arguments. Like, that shit is
It's
crazy.
clown. I mean, it's clown world,
Doop, doop,
right?
doop,
It
doop, doop,
is. It
doop,
is a
Clown.
very
doop,
much
doop,
of a
doop,
clown
doop,
world.
doop,
Yeah.
doop, doop, right?
Right. What did
Uh,
Joe Biden get on his history exam? Barbecue
What?
sauce.
I thought you were
right.
gonna say ice cream.
Or
Ice
that
cream. Yeah,
that
ice
too.
cream.
Ice
That's
cream.
even better.
That
Yeah.
too. Right.
Ice cream.
All right, I got a couple more for you guys. I got a couple more for you guys.
All right.
According to the Adam and Eve theory, how often does the Earth shift its magnetic poles? Is it
Oh.
A, every
Mm.
700,000 years, B, every 60,000 years, C, every 100,000 years, or D, every 6,500 years?
What was the first answer again?
700,000 years, B is 60,000 years, C is 100,000 years, D is 6,500 years.
I'm gonna go with
I'm gonna go with
60,000.
60,000. Yeah.
60,000. And
How many
I
think
just
alike?
saw a guy talking about this on Joe Rogan too. Like I keep seeing on TikTok, keep seeing the clips. But this is a wild theory,
From
but
what I've heard, that sounds the most accurate.
I know that I've actually heard this before, but I can't remember. Like,
I can't, but that sounds like what I think I remember.
and I don't
frightening me
I don't
agrees with
retain
you.
numbers.
Just so you
I
know.
I don't retain
Yeah.
numbers and dates when I'm researching. Like that's the hardest. That's the one thing.
I
I
don't
can
know.
Wait,
learn
which
all about a subject, but
They
I can't
usually
remember.
stick with for most of the time I can remember that shit. But uh someone in Burnaby says 100,000 years. What up, someone in Burnaby? Good to see you.
because supposedly they've dug down and they can see in the layers like what it's like every however
Hmm.
many years it looks like
It's
there's
flipping and
been a
flopping. Yeah.
catastrophe or whatever. And then you got Antarctica. Half of Antarctica, was it West Antarctica, I think? that like they dig down the ice core samples, and it used to be tropical
Tropical.
and
You guys are
not
trying to
that
Flash
use
long ago,
froze.
science,
not that
man. You're
long
trying to
ago,
use
where
science.
clearly there was some kind of a pole shift that it went from in being tropical to now it
Well,
just
and it
immediately
flash
all
froze.
froze,
Yeah.
flash froze, right? And they found animals that just flash froze with food in their stomach and all kinds of stuff.
So the answer is actually D, every 6,500 years. Thank you,
Oh,
Crouching
wow.
Tiger. Hidden,
Way
Crouching
super.
Tiger, Hidden Dragon used to be my favorite shit. Thank you for the super chat. Much love to
Really?
you.
I remember that
That
movie.
was my shit.
Oh,
That
that's a great movie.
hero,
That was like when the
like,
wires like
mm-hmm.
first were
Yeah,
new
that
in
whole.
Hollywood.
Oh, I love it. I love them movies. Yeah, it's every 6,500 years. So the Adam and Eve story is actually a book that was published in 1965 by Chan Thomas, who was an electrical engineer that claimed to have like psychic abilities. Okay, so Thomas was formerly associated with the Air Force, and he argued in his book that was partially published by the CIA in 2013 that the Earth's magnetic poles flip 90 degrees every few thousand years, and this has led to the demise of various ancient civilizations. Now, according to Thomas, these pole shifts result in absolutely apocalyptic weather conditions. He said that the first flood occurred during the time of Adam and Eve, the second during the story of Noah's Ark, and a third catastrophic event is impending, right? So on Joe Rogan the other day, this guy, what was his name? Jimmy Corsetti was on there
Yeah,
talking about it. He
right
he
insight. Yeah.
he elaborated on the idea. He said that the reversal of the magnetic poles would cause the Earth to essentially stand still because this happened so quick that the Earth would stand still, but the water and the wind would keep moving, right? And this would lead to like unprecedented overheating, and the wind and water would maintain their momentum, and winds at the equator move at about whatever it was, 1,600 kilometers an hour. It's like, I don't know, 1,000 miles an hour, whatever. And according to this theory, this cataclysmic event would result in extreme weather phenomena, including tsunamis. He specified that the reversal occurs in cycles of every 6,500 years with a 90-degree flip, followed by a correction on the seventh day. Okay. Now, of course, NASA felt some kind of way about these videos making their rounds on TikTok, and they wanted to specify that magnetic pole reversals do occur approximately once every 200 to 300,000 years, but the last reversal was about 800,000 years ago. And they say that because the magnetic field is constantly changing, the field is in continual flux, the strength waxes and wanes over time, and it causes the magnetic north and south poles to gradually shift. But this isn't something that like happens overnight, right? Um, of course, we have the debunk. Oh, I see
Thank
you, Rook
you.
Castle. Yes, hello. You are disguised, but you still have that
Thank,
beautiful face. Thank you for your
right.
super chat.
Dang, that's
What
two
up,
super
Rook?
chats.
I know. Rook is great.
That doesn't mean you automatically win trivia, though.
She does, though. What up, Rook? It's good to see you. Uh, yeah, I could see the face. It didn't click in my head though. Um, what frightening me says bright. Oh, Jimmy, Bright Insight, and Suspicious Observers did a live stream earlier tonight. Were they talking about this? Yes, on the seventh
Oh, yeah.
day, Mel Tulip. Right on the
Well,
seventh day, it
Suspicious
corrects.
Observers was the one talking about the satellites going missing. That's how I
Oh, is
learned
that what
about it.
they
Oh,
were?
yeah.
That's a
Well,
good channel.
not this interview, but in a separate video. Well, maybe they talked about it. I didn't see that interview, but that's where I heard that from. And then I went and looked it up.
So riddle me this, Tyler and Aaron. So okay, the Sphinx, right? How old? They say the Sphinx is what? How old? But we see
Like,
water damage on
No,
it from much older, right?
yeah. I was
they
just
say it's like
there. I touched it in person. I was just there not too many months ago.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing. I got to literally touch it and I saw the water erosion. Uh, they say it's only, I think, like 3,500 years old,
35 or 3,600.
which,
Yeah.
yeah, which is an absolute joke, Like, so there's restoration done clearly on the Sphinx that dates to that time. So they're literally trying to say it was built at the same time that they restored it.
Right.
Does that make sense to anyone? How does that make sense?
Right, that makes no
Well,
sense.
That's just one thing, and there's like 20 things at least that debunk that
And
completely. That makes it has to be way, way, way older than that. The water
Graham
erosion.
Hancock, Graham Hancock even conservatively dates it to 36,000 BC.
Conservatively, yeah. BC,
Conservatively, you think it
38,000
could,
years old, at
and
least.
so he thinks it's older than that even, but
He thinks
that's
it's at
like
least
at
52,
least,
if not even older than that. I
But
think it's at least 52,000
yeah.
years.
I was trying to think if they could date like the because there's several layers of water damage, right? If they could figure,
Yeah.
because I was trying to think in reference to the 6,500 year cataclysmic event, like
Mhm.
I wonder if there would be some way to date like something that we know is older than what they're telling us, and then the water damage on it, and see if it would align with this Adam and Eve theory. I don't know. Just
Yeah.
throwing it out there. I'm curious.
Don't
Yeah.
know. All I know is there's more than one Sphinx too, and there's like people are showing pictures of them from other continents and stuff. And when I was driving through Colorado, on top of this mountain, it looked like this eroded Sphinx. And my dad and I took pictures. We almost stopped the car. Like, I mean, it doesn't. Maybe it wasn't, but man, like it sure looks like some Sphinx. I think there's more than one,
I
and
bet there.
allegedly,
I bet in the jungles of South America. Oh, did we lose Aaron?
he must have. He'll come back.
I bet in the jungles of South America, still buried under trees and stuff. Some of the pyramids and complexes they haven't yet excavated. I bet we find something similar there at some point.
Well, I don't doubt it. And obviously there's Egyptian like structures on Mars, allegedly,
Hmm.
and who knows? I don't know what happened there, but ma- I'm sure his internet goes in and out sometimes, so just
I'm watching
he
for him.
might
He'll
he
pop
might
back
come
in.
back. Oh, I was in South America recently
That's what made me just think about it. Like,
solely to go um explore uncharted jungle to look for ruins that were spotted on satellite imagery. And so somebody I knew somebody who owns 7,000 acres down there. And I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. And I got invited to be a part of this team to go down and investigate. So they had a guide that they hired. We had to take a boat, like an hour and a half boat ride to get to the jungles, and you go through the mangroves and you get out, you're walking through, knee deep water, and you go through the jungle, and it's a long hike through an uncharted jungle. If there's no path, and it's only being cleared with machetes. um and the very first target that we went to identify, there was a camp already there, so looters had already
that's
beat us
crazy.
too. And that the only way they could have found that site was from satellite imagery as well. And but we didn't see them, but their camp was there and they were active and they had been digging for a long time, and they dug something up. Clearly, they found something. And it was really interesting because for one, it proved the data, it proved that the satellite imagery worked and we were actually locating ruins. But it was kind of like shady. I'm like, man, like who knows, like the cartel, you never know what you're
Right?
gonna run into out there.
Jetpack miners could
Right, but
be. Never know.
they have what they call the Mayan Wars, and so we actually in one part of the jungle, we actually had to build a bridge to drive over. We literally cut down a tree, and he freaking milled it right there on the spot, and we built the bridge on the spot so we could drive over. But the next time we came back, some locals already took down the
Took
bridge
down the
because
Brit. That's.
they don't want you. But even though it's on the guy's own property, the Mayans still think that land is
Oh yeah,
theirs,
I'm sure they do.
and they do not want you on it. Yeah, so it was quite the experience. We had some of the hardest, longest hikes I've ever done.
I can
Um,
believe it. Man,
it was
bugs. I can't
hot.
even imagine the bugs. Oh, I'd be having a fit,
Oh,
right?
the bugs were insane. The heat was incredible. I mean, it was just like one day we got stuck out there, and it got hot on us quick, and a number of us almost fell out from heat exhaustion, but we all made it back.
Oh, I'd have been dead. I'd have been like, somebody carry me back to camp. This is
No,
horrible.
I'm not talking. People, I mean, I'm not kidding. People were literally
I believe it.
laying down on the grass, like just laying on the ground, like dying. And you think you have enough water, but you get stuck out there like that, and you hike further than you think, quick, and then you had to come back, and there's only one way back.
Yeah, hiking, right? That sounds great. Aaron's messaging me now. I told him we lost you. All right. Well, let's do another. We'll do one more. We'll do one more. Um, I wrote a bunch of questions for this. Oh, his computer died. His computer died.
Oh, forgot to plug it in. Amateur
hmm
mistake.
It happens. What do we want to do? Monsters or voodoo?
Monsters.
Monsters. All right, we'll go with monsters. All right, guys. We'll do some cryptids, okay? The Alaskan Kushtaka, a monster known for preventing their victims' souls from being reincarnated, can best be described as what? Is it A, an eight-legged bear, B, a shape-shifting otter, C, an Arctic crocodile, or D, a moose-headed man?
I have no idea.
This is kind of a lesser known cryptid, of course.
What's it called again?
The Kushtaka.
Kushtaka. Kushtaka. You messaging Aaron, I
Yeah,
guess.
So what do you guys think? An eight-legged bear, a shape-shifting otter, an Arctic crocodile, or a moose-headed man? Do we have any Alaskan folks here?
I'm gonna go with D just because I want to see one.
Moosehead, I know, right? That would be terrifying, a moose-headed man. Although I do in Elden Ring wear moose antlers with little lights on them as I run around. Oh, Leyland's just mixing them all. An eight-legged shape-shifting bear otter. Oh, that could work. That could work,
Right.
right? Could
Right.
work. Um, Death by Russ says, when all else fails, give the D. Norma Williams says, read again, please. The Alaskan Kushtaka, a monster known for preventing their victims' souls from being reincarnated, can best be described as what? Is it an eight-legged bear, a shape-shifting otter, an Arctic crocodile, or a moose-headed man? And the answer is B. It is a shape-shifting otter. That doesn't even sound creepy, right? There's Aaron.
It does. It does if it's just freaking shape shifting in front of you.
Right, but
What does it shape shift into though? That's the question.
okay. So
Not
so the we're talking about the Kushtaka, Aaron. This is an Alaskan creature that is known for keeping its victims' souls from being reincarnated, right? And it is essentially a shape-shifting otter. All right. So these are
Shape
mythical
shifting otter.
of all the things, right? Mythical shape-shifting creatures found in the folklore of the Tlingit people of the Pacific Northwest coast of North America. So physically, Kushtaka are shapeshifters capable of assuming human form, the form of an otter and potentially other forms. But in some accounts, they're able to assume the form of any species of otter, and other accounts only one species of otter. Accounts of their behavior sometimes conflict with one another. So, oh, that's not creepy at all, Tyler.
That's
Right? Not creepy at all.
that's awesome.
In some stories, these are cruel creatures that take delight in tricking poor Tlingit sailors to their death. In others, they can be helpful. They might save you from freezing. But in many stories, they distract people with their otter-like illusions of their family and friends as they transform their subject into a fellow Kushtaka, allowing them to survive in the cold. So when they save you, they actually transform you into one of these things that they are, this Kushtaka, apparently. But it's also said that they will imitate the cries of a baby or the screams of a woman to lure their victims to the river. And once the victim gets there, they will kill the person and tear them to shreds and
it's a
prevent
siren song.
precisely and prevent their victim's
Right.
soul from reincarnating. Right. Um,
Mhm.
if you run into one of these things, guys, just so if you're doing an episode of Supernatural and you don't know where Sam and Dean are, you can ward them off through apparently copper, urine, dogs, and sometimes fire. So
If all else fails, pee on them.
yeah, right. You just always whip it out and take a piss. Since they mainly prey on small children, it's thought that this story might just be something that Tlingit mothers made up to keep their kids from, to stay away from the river. But apparently, there have been reported sightings of this thing in numerous accounts. So I don't know.
Yeah,
The
I've been seeing videos of the sirens, like people filming them, like fishermen and stuff, like hearing weird screams from.
Oh, there's a guy on TikTok that is
Did you
that
see
is.
that orb that just flew in front of you?
Yes, I did.
Was that dust
Nice.
or
I
was that
don't
an orb?
know. No, there's no. I'm OCD in here.
That was an
There's no
Right,
orb.
dust.
that was like that was a shape-shifting otter.
Oh, it better not have been a shape-shifting otter, bro. All right, he can Kostaka his ass back to
Heard you talking
Alaska,
about it.
What's
right?
the minute mark of this? Now, I'm not joking. That thing just
Right,
cruised on
nine.
by.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't see. I can't see. I have no idea. Uh, I have no idea. Right at the end.
Dang.
That's the minute mark. Right at the very end.
We're about an hour and a half in. About.
Yeah, we gotta be
Yeah.
because we started at 8. It's 9:31.
Yeah.
So,
hmm
yeah, it's probably best to stick with Sam and Dean. Mel, if you run into one of these things, just call them. They'll take care of it. But yeah, I don't know. So there are so many cryptids that we don't really hear a lot about, and I feel like they need more visibility, So I figured I'd throw that in there. Um, so as we wrap up, guys, I noticed that you put your Cahokia Mounds documentary up on YouTube. You want to tell people about that?
Yes, we did.
Yes. Yeah.
It's awesome, by the way. Thank you for cleaning
Thank
up that
you.
site.
Oh, yeah,
When you
thank you.
first got, yeah, I'm looking like before I realized you were gonna clean something up. I'm looking like, damn, that place is just trashed. No, you went in and did the good. You was a good citizen that day. Thank you for that.
Well, yeah, it was my dad's idea. He was actually really upset. He's into all the Native American history and stuff, and he didn't even know about that site. And I took him there because someone told me.
I didn't know about it either. Yeah.
And I took him there because someone I used to work with told me about it. And I had been there before, but when I was there the first time, it was completely clean. But it was just, whatever. You guys saw the documentary. If you haven't, go check it out. But we did put it has always been on YouTube, but it was unlisted. And we had a website, Cahokia Untold, where you can go. And that was the way to watch the documentary. But we pre-released it on our Patreon. Well, Patreon messed with us today and they removed it, but then they put it back up. I don't know if it was a glitch or what, but it was
Oh, they
really
did
weird.
put it back.
Yeah, it's back now.
Yeah.
Thank God. But
We don't know if that was a glitch or if they actually
I'm
were
telling you,
messing
go
with
to the Foxhole, guys. I keep trying to tell you.
right, I know. But anyway, so we just decided, well, we didn't know what Patreon was gonna do. So I was like, I'm just gonna make it public on the YouTube channel. So it was always free anyway. It was just you had to go through the website to watch it. Now you can just go directly to our YouTube channel, and it's the most recent upload. And if you want to watch it, go do so. And if you want more information, more details, cahokiauntold.com, and you can find there's a link to bonus features there, and you can donate there if you'd like, and because we are doing more documentaries. So
Yeah, you guys do awesome work.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you really do, by the way. Yeah, if somebody wants to, it is on their YouTube channel. It's also, I posted the link on my own channel if you guys are interested on YouTube. And then you said cahokiauntold.com. Go there and
Yes.
check it out for sure. And I will take us out with the trailer for those of you that are unfamiliar with this wondrous work of Tyler and Aaron. I will take us out with the trailer.
Awesome.
Yeah, I would
Thank you.
thank you guys for being here. Much love. We will be back, probably next month. If you guys want to come hang, we'll do this again in a month. And hopefully I'll be back on some more regular schedule here soon as things kind of stabilize for me and get a little bit slower. Yeah, but much love to you guys. I'm going to give you guys the trailer now. And, oh yeah, go check out Yuvonda's website. She's put the link in there. She makes my awesome wands and pyramids. Fantastic light worker. Definitely go patronize her if you can. And yeah, much love. Catch you later.
Much love.
Good night, guys.
Good night, guys.
A lot of this information has been kept sort of locked up or kept undercover because of the invasion of the Smithsonian group way back in the 1880s.
What actually happens is it's not taken to preserve it, it's taken to hide it.
And about 4.5 miles from here, a cave was discovered. It's not really a cave as such, it's a man-made cavern system.
But how the hell do you get that much granite? Because the granite on the base of that damn near weighs what the dirt on the top of it weighs. Nobody knows what's underneath it. I've heard a theory that there's a spaceship underneath it.
There was copper and steel-plated artifacts that depicted men in armor with shields and helmets.
Including right here at Cahokia, there were reported 2 giants with double rows of teeth and 6 fingers and 6 toes.
Extra vertebrae or extra ribs in their cage. These are different races of people. They're not just regular humans.
Definitely is a stone burial chamber, and there's a large body in it, bones. I would say 15 to 16 feet.
I saw different types of extraterrestrials here with the Native Americans.
The peoples of the Cahokia Mounds actually saw the Birdman as some kind of cosmic being and not a humanoid being.
So this Birdman was the last and the pure and the true of his kind.
So yes, there were rituals or there were dances and celebrations, and people would dress up like the galactic beings that were visiting. But there were actual physical galactic beings that were visiting.
I think I had it on monitor and output, and I just needed output, so it was echoing. But I fixed it. But all right, you guys, much love. Go check out the documentary. Well, this was fun. Thanks, guys, for coming to hang out again.
Are we live still?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're live. I'm just playing the outro music, letting them kind of filter out. Oh, I should probably go give them their scratching on Foxhole if I can get it to work.
Otters aren't real, somebody says.
Otters aren't real.
Not the Kushtakas, man. Shape-shifting
birds.
bastards. Alright, I released the scratching if you're still watching. Hold on. On Foxhole.
Right on. Well, this was fun.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a blast. As always.
Alright, I'm gonna go do something while I'm doing nothing.
Right. I gotta work in the morning.
Might as well do something while you're doing nothing, Napoleon.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's what I used to tell guys when I started running work in construction. I used to tell guys that.
Do something while you're doing nothing?
Might as well do something while you're doing nothing.
Might as well. Seems legit.
I like the one meme. It's like, hey boss, I have to leave early today. He's like, why? Because I'm just not having a good time, bro.
Right? Like, I'm over it, man.
Right.
I'm over it.
Not having a good time, bro.
Just not having a good time, bro.